EasyM Web also lets you track the usage for your equipment by keeping a series of usage log entries. To make a usage log entry for a piece of equipment, first navigate to the main control screen, then locate the list of equipment. Find the internal control number of the piece of equipment for which you want to make a usage log entry under the ICN column. Once you've located that internal control number, look to the left along the same row until you encounter that piece of equipment's equipment name, which is under the equipment name column and highlighted in blue text. Click on the equipment name to go to the equipment usage log screen. Under primary information at this screen, you'll see the internal control number, the name, the brand, and the location of the piece of equipment for which you are entering usage logs. Below the aforementioned equipment information, you'll also see the list of usage log entries made so far. For each usage log entry listed, the following information is shown. The date of the usage. This is the date on which the logged usage occurred, and it's shown in the date column. This is not the date on which the log entry was made, but rather when the usage was actually done. The cumulative usage at the time of the log entry. The total amount of usage accumulated at the time of the log entry is shown in the meter column. The amount of usage since the previous log entry. The amount of usage that occurred since the last log entry is shown in the usage column. The user which made the log entry. The username of the user which made the log entry is shown under the logged by column. The operator who used the equipment. The operator who used the equipment during the time that the logged usage was incurred is shown under the operator column. The job that was being performed. The job that was being performed when the usage was incurred is shown under the job column. Any notes about the usage log? Notes relating to the usage log are shown under the note column. To enter a new usage log for a piece of equipment, first you must be at the screen which lists the usage logs entered so far. Then click on the yellow-colored New button at the top right part of the screen. Clicking on the New button will bring you to the following screen where you can enter the details of the new usage log entry. At this screen, you'll see a number of data fields into which you enter information about the new usage log entry. The date of the log entry. This is set by default to the current date, although you can also enter past dates to record usage that hadn't been recorded yet. Use the three drop-down boxes next to Date to select the month, day, and year on which the usage occurred. The current total usage for the piece of equipment. The total amount of usage for the piece of equipment by the date you selected above is entered into the current meter reading field. The usage field immediately below will also be automatically filled in with the difference between the last meter reading and what you enter into the current meter reading field. You must enter a value in either the current meter reading or usage fields to save the usage log. The amount of usage incurred since the last usage log entry. The amount of usage that has been incurred since the last usage log entry is entered into the usage field. If you choose to fill in this field instead of the current meter reading field, the current meter reading field will be automatically filled in with the sum of the last meter reading and what you entered into the usage field. The equipment operator. Select the equipment operator who was using the piece of equipment when the usage was incurred from the operator drop-down box. Please note that only equipment operators or drivers you've entered into EasyM Web so far will be available to be selected. The job that was being performed. The task that was being worked on when the usage was incurred is entered into the job field. Any other notes pertaining to this log entry? Any other notes that you want to add to this log entry can be entered into the Notes field. Once you've entered the information above, then you can save your new log entry. Or if you've changed your mind and no longer want to enter a usage log, you can cancel entering the usage log entry. To either save or cancel, locate the Save and Cancel buttons below where you enter the information for the new usage log entry. Click on the Save button to save the usage log entry. Or click on the Cancel button to discard any information you've entered, cancel entering the usage log entry, and return to the equipment usage log screen. Once a usage log entry has been entered, you may edit the notes that were entered for it. To do this, Locate the usage log entry whose notes you want to edit at the equipment usage log screen for the piece of equipment to which that log entry belongs. Then select the usage log entry. Look to the right along the row in which that entry is placed until you see a small circle in the Action column. Click in that circle to select the entry. A small dot will appear in the circle to indicate that it has been selected. Once you've selected the usage log entry for which you want to edit the notes, then find the Edit button below, which will be found along with the Delete button. Click on the Edit button. This will open the following screen, which shows you the details for the usage log entry you selected. For information on what each of these data entries means, see the immediately previous section on Entering a New Usage Log. To edit the notes for the log entry you selected, simply click in the Notes field with your cursor and type to make your desired changes. When you've finished, click on the Save button below to save your changes. Or if you've changed your mind and do not wish to make any changes, click on the Cancel button to discard any changes you've made and simply return to the Equipment Usage Log screen. To delete a usage log entry for a piece of equipment, locate the one you want to delete at the Equipment Usage Log screen for that piece of equipment. Then select the usage log entry. Look to the right along the row in which that entry is placed until you see a small circle in the Action column. Click in that circle to select the entry. A small dot will appear in the circle to indicate that it's been selected. Once you've selected the usage log entry in which you want to delete, then find the Delete button below, which will be found alongside the Edit button. Click on the Delete button to delete the usage log you've selected. Please note that you cannot delete the initial or final usage log entries. The initial log entry comes from the value you enter in the Starting Usage field when creating a new piece of equipment. If you try to delete the initial usage log entry, you'll receive an error message. If you delete a usage log entry, the usage for the log entry immediately following the one you deleted will be increased by the amount of usage from the deleted entry. This is done to reconcile the usage in the next entry with the total usage meter also listed in that entry. To print a usage log entry, first navigate to the Equipment Usage Log screen. Then locate the yellow-colored Print Log button at the top right part of the screen. Once you click on the Print Log button, a small window will pop up in which you select a date range. The date range you select here will be used to determine what usage log entries are included on the printout. Only usage log entries that are between or on the start date and end date will be included on the printout. Here is an example printout. In addition to manually entering usage logs for equipment, as we just described in the previous section of this manual, you can also import usage logs for equipment into EasyMWeb via an Excel spreadsheet. To do this, first locate the Utilities and Lists drop-down menu on the left side of the screen. Click on the small blue circle containing a small right-pointing arrow to expand the list to show the Import Log option. Clicking on Import Log will take you to the screen where you can import a spreadsheet containing the usage logs. Before you can import the usage logs, however, you must make sure that they're in the correct format. They must be imported as a special CSV file provided by Linkit Software. This file can be edited using Microsoft Excel, just like a normal spreadsheet. To obtain the CSV file with the correct format, please contact Tech Support at Linkit Software.